Evening. Welcome to the January 28, 2025 special call meeting at Memphis-Shelby County Schools. Ms. Clark, please call the roll.
Commissioner Garcia,
Present.
Commissioner Porter,
Here.
Commissioner Murphy,
Present.
Commissioner Love,
Present.
Commissioner McKinney,
Present.
Commissioner Otay,
Present.
Commissioner Williams,
Present.
Board Chair Coleman.
Present.
You have 8 in the affirmative.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. And we want to announce that Board Commissioner McKissick had other obligations for the TSBA today. She is over our charter compact, but she had obligations with TSBA. The purpose of today's special call meeting is to discuss the approval, charter renewal recommendations, City University School of Independence. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Now we'll refer to our interim superintendent, Dr. Rob Richmond.
Board Chair Coleman and Vice Chair Love and other board members and the listening public. I'm recusing myself from participating in the City University School of Independence discussion during the special call meeting today. I have relationships with people within the organization, and it may give the appearance of a conflict of interest for me to participate in the discussion. I have asked Mrs. Parker, who's the director of our charter school program, to lead the administration's discussion and recommendation for this charter school's discussion and the final decision. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now on to public comment. In accordance with the state statute, the board shall reserve a period for public comment during business and special call meetings. Only those members of the public who submit public comment cards to the board chairman prior to the commencement of this meeting shall be permitted to address the board. Public comments shall be taken in the order in which the public comment cards are received. A sign-up sheet for public comment will be available 30 minutes prior to each applicable meeting and will be closed at the start of the meeting. This sign-up is located at the entryway table just past the security checkpoint. Speakers must state their name, organization he or she is representing, if any, and subject of their comment before they are permitted to proceed. Speakers may offer objective comments about school operations and programs that concern them. Speakers are asked to refrain from using names of personnel or names of persons connected with the school systems, particularly when lodging a complaint. Speakers will not be permitted to engage in gossip, make defamatory comments, or use abusive or vulgar language. The chairman should have the authority to terminate the remarks of any individual who is disruptive and does not adhere to board rules. Dr. Schultz will announce the number of speakers and the time allotted per speaker.
We have 4 speakers this evening, 3 minutes each.
Thank you, Dr. Schultz. Your time is projected on the screen to your right and directly behind the board. When you hear a bell, your time has expired. Tonight we have Latasha Griggs, Erin Purnell, Damian Curry Morris, Anthony Coleman.
Good evening. My name is Latasha Griggs.
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Latasha Griggs. My address is 1095 Bama. Mr. Richmond, that's your name? Dr. Richmond. I don't know you, so I can't judge a book by its cover when I ain't never opened it and read. So I'm gonna say that to you. Now, everybody else, -3, I don't trust none of y'all. I don't trust you as far as I can give you my checkbook and ask you to balance out my account. I don't trust you. You know, you all want to give these, go on the news and ask us to trust y'all. Y'all want to say it's about the children, the children, the children. Y'all didn't give the children a chance. Why should we give y'all a chance? Y'all didn't think about us. Why should we think about you all? Why? Now, Dr. Richmond, you know, right now you the superintendent, so I'm gonna trust that your judgment shouldn't be based on what your colleagues around you want you to do. I would hope that you would come in with a clear conscience and run this board according to what you see fit, because some of your constituents up there, they have their own personal agenda. And like I said, -3 to your right over here, they all right with me, but the rest of them, throw them in the garbage.
Irwin Purnell, 8037 Waterford Place, 38125. Good evening to the board. I have a few questions regarding the ongoing decisions being made that I believe the public deserves answers to. First, who is paying for the services of the Carter Malone Group PR firm? Are we, the taxpayers, funding this? How much is this costing the district? If someone else is footing the bill, who is it? And what do they expect in return? What strings are attached? Second, who is paying for the outside legal services of Attorney Spence? Is this coming out of taxpayers' dollars? Or again, is someone else covering this cost? If it's not us, who is it? And what do they have to gain? I also want to know, why were decisions made without including all board members? Why are we seeking, what we are seeing is such a lack of a transparency and communication among you all. You claim that communication is a priority, yet it's clear that there is very little of it happening collectively among this board, and even less with the community. Finally, let's be honest. Do you think the community is blind to what's going on? Do you think that we're stupid? We're not. We see the manipulation and we're tired of the games. Enough is enough. We the people are speaking out and we're not backing down. Next is now.
Damon Curry Morris, 1529 Dunmore Road, Memphis, Tennessee 38114. I pride myself on being a man of compassion, peace, but when you play in people's faces, especially the people that are voters in this community, because this is deeper than you all realize. When people are crying out for certain things, and you took an opportunity, some of you all took an opportunity to just play tone deaf to what the citizens wanted, shows a lack of integrity, shows that you don't listen to your people, what you were elected to do, a fiduciary opportunity. Things don't never have to turn violent. They don't never have to be a threatening manner. I have not said one negative thing about this whole process, but I can say this: it was not right. Dr. Fegans, with all due respect, Dr. Richmond should be sitting where you're sitting right now. Now, you can hate me all day long, because the only person I got to answer to is to God. You can make up stuff about me. You can talk about me, call my family members, and anything you can do. I can sit quiet, but also I can bite like a pit bull. We're not going to sit here and pretend that this wasn't corruption at the highest level. We're not going to pretend that we got backdoor deals going on. I'm placating to everybody's integrity. Somebody needs to stand up and tell it. Tell it for the people. Tell it for yourself. This is on your conscience. Dr. Richmond, I have a bone to pick with you. But the level that you displayed, which is also against board policy, which calls for your immediate termination. You have parents who are filing restraining orders right now against you because they don't want you around their children. What kind of representation of a child is that? We keep on saying this is about the children. Have you went and talked to them? I have. I get phone calls daily from the children. And now y'all spending $500 a piece on parades when children don't have decent food in the schools, books to read, buildings falling down on them, the whole 9 yards,
Thank you,
everything
Mr.
like
Morris.
that.
Mr. Morris, your time is up. Thank you. No, sir. We are back from recess. Now we will hear from Miss. We are back from recess. We now will hear from Mr. We will now hear from Mr. Anthony Coleman.
Good evening to each and every one of you. I stand here and I'm reminded.
Mr. Coleman, will you say your name and address,
Anthony
please?
Coleman, 270 Dubois Drive, Memphis, Tennessee, 38109. As I stand here, I'm reminded of the poem, If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. I commend you, each and every one of you. All of us have to take a stand at some time. I stood before this board on August the 27th, 2024, regarding being mishandled. In that time, the theme was, the next is now. My next never came. However, our transformational officer, I went to him with my situation, and he immediately got onto it. I'm still working on my proper pay. It still hadn't come, but there's traction being made. So I encourage you all to keep forging ahead, drown out the noise, for it will continue to be. And so we, as educators in this building, as citizens, we have to come together as one. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. Thank you.
We have one item to address under request for action this evening. The approval, charter renewal recommendation, City University School of Independence. It is recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education adopts the denial of the renewal application for City University School of Independence for an additional 10-year charter term. May I have a motion and a second to approve this? Or any? Commissioner Love, Vice Chair Love?
Motion. Second, I also want the parliamentarian to, I know we have a vote in the, what a yes vote and a no vote is based on recommendations,
Okay.
just so the board is clear.
Okay.
Thank you. But I second.
You second, so parliamentarian will explain the difference. Thank you.
Sure, the floor will be open for debate also. Voting yes means that you accept the administration's recommendation, which is for denial. Voting no simply means you don't do that. Voting no is not the same as saying you get a 10-year charter. It just says we're not going to do what this says. So yes, if you want to deny, no, if you don't wish to take that action.
So if you want to deny them getting a charter for 10 more years, you vote yes.
You vote yes.
If you, okay. Does that make sense, colleagues?
Okay.
Everybody understand? Any debate, any discussion?
Yes.
Commissioner Huey Garcia.
I just want to say to Dr. Robinson, I appreciated the attention to detail on the data, and I know Board Member McKissick and our Charter Partnership Council should make sure that everything is aligned, and I believe that Ms. Parker in our Charter's office has been following and using the data that we had available, and having the most recent data is helpful. And I do know that it impacts your reputation to have the best quality out there possible. And I am looking at other considerations as well in the enrollment. But generally, the question that I ask myself is, are you doing something differently than what a Memphis-Shelby County school could do? And so that will be how I base my vote tonight. Thank you.
Commissioner Porter.
Yeah, I just want to say to Dr. Robinson as well that I do commend for the work you're doing over there. I share some of the same thoughts as Board Member Garcia about the effectiveness of what you've done versus what other Memphis-Shelby County schools has done as well. I do look at the data. The enrollment is one particular issue for me, and so I do wish that that we were not at this point right now.
Commissioner Otay.
Thank you, Board Chair. I was actually going to say echo my fellow commissioners. I do commend the work that you're doing. My question was, or concern was just you guys having a pathway forward for increasing student enrollment, but you guys I think you're doing an amazing job. So I didn't want to commend you on that as well.
Commissioner Murphy.
Dr. Robinson, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the work that you're doing with the children. I am going to base my vote off of the mere fact that those children love being there at that school. And it is room for growth with that school. And although enrollment is down, he still has the opportunity to increase that enrollment. But the children feel comfortable there. The children are not bullied. The children have a great opportunity to advance and move forward. So I'm basing my decision off of that mere fact.
Okay.
Again, to vote for denial of the 10-year extension, vote yes. If you don't wish to take that action, vote no.
Roll call vote.
Commissioner Garcia,
Yes.
Commissioner Porter,
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy,
No.
Commissioner Love,
No.
Commissioner McKinney,
No.
Commissioner Otay,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams,
Can you repeat, Commissioner?
Commissioner Williams,
No.
Board Chair Coleman.
No.
You have 3 in the affirmative and 5 nays.
The motion is lost, so
And now, if you want to go the other direction, I need a motion for approval of the 10-year extension.
a motion for the approval of the 10-year.
Yeah, it is 10
It
year.
has to be 10 years. The policy requires it be a 10-year.
If no one wishes to make that motion, I was informed by council that if the denial is not adopted by this board, it automatically renews. But it'd be cleaner if you voted in favor of it, but it's your call.
Motion? Motion. Second?
This is the motion to approve for another 10 years. So a yes vote from the colleagues will mean that they have their charter for another 10 years.
Right, this one's cleaner. Vote yes if you mean yes.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garcia,
No.
Commissioner Porter,
No.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Commissioner Love,
Yes.
Commissioner McKinney,
Yes.
Commissioner Otay,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams,
Yes.
Board Chair Coleman.
Yes.
You have 6 in the affirmative and 2 nays.
The motion is adopted. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned.